in the trust fund can pay out every benefit owed to every eligible American for the next 19 years. Social Security is not going broke. Second argument that you'll see on TV is, well, you know, we have a really large national debt, we have a deficit, and we gotta cut Social Security. But every person here knows that Social Security is independently funded through the payroll tax. Nothing to do with the overall budgetary situation of the United States, funded independently. You have contributed as workers 6.2% of your checks, and your employer has put 6.2% in. So Social Security has no impact on our deficit or our national debt. Now, what should we be doing? What's the right thing to do? The right thing to do is to end an absurd funding mechanism for Social Security, which basically says now that somebody who's making $10 million a year contributes the same amount into the Social Security Trust Fund as somebody who is making $118,000 a year. That's wrong. So if we do, in fact, what then candidate Obama talked about in 2008, and that is lift the cap on taxable income starting at $250,000. What we can do is a number of very important things. First, we can make certain that Social Security pays out every nickel owed to every eligible American, not for the next 19 years, but for the next 50 years. Second of all, under this plan, seniors and disabled vets with income of less than $16,000 a year would see their benefits go up by more than $1,300 a year. A pretty good increase. And furthermore, we will deal with in that legislation, with the absurd situation regarding COLAs, cost of living adjustments. Anybody know what the COLA was this year? Zero. You know. You do pay attention to that, huh? Now, I'm going to tell you something, and you're going to laugh. All right? So I'm warning you, you're going to laugh, but here's what I'm going to tell you. One of the key ways that Republicans and a few Democrats wanted to cut Social Security was through a process called the chained CPI. Anyone know what the chained CPI is? Raise your hand. See, this is the way that folks in Washington get away with bad stuff. Because they come up with complicated stuff that nobody knows what they're talking about. Here's what a chained CPI is about in essence. It says that the cost of living formulation, how we determine costs of living for Social Security today, is too generous. See, you laughed. Because you're wondering, how could it be too generous when you got a zero cost of living adjustment this year? Got me, I can't figure it out myself. But the theory has to do something like if the cost of steak goes up, people will not be buying steak, they'll be buying chicken, which is less expensive. And if the cost of chicken goes up, people will be buying dog food. And if the cost of dog food goes up, people can buy cat food. But it is an absurd formulation. It is an absurd formulation, and its goal is to make certain that the cost of living adjustments that seniors get year after year is much lower than the reality of their purchasing needs. Now, what's the problem here? The way we do it right now is to lump everybody together. So you got 20-year-old kids who are going out and buying laptop computers. Well, you know what? The cost of laptop computers has gone down in recent years. Various electronic products actually have gone down. What do seniors and disabled vets spend much of their money on? Is it on laptop computers? No. What is it on? it's on food, it's on drugs, on health care. Those costs have gone up. So what our legislation does is create a segregated index for seniors. And it tracks what seniors are actually spending money on. And it's not flat screen TVs, and it's not electronics. It is prescription drugs, costs are soaring, healthcare costs are going up. If you do that, and you honestly track how seniors spend money, you will find that cost of living adjustments in recent years have been much too low.